Is there a conversation to be had? And what kind of leverage do you think exists or doesn't exist, given where we are in the employment or unemployment picture being so low?
Absolutely. I'll say there's definitely a conversation to be had. Let's be real. Corporations have been governing their response through this global pandemic, and they're now on the other side where they're actually telling people that they want to come back to work. You have Apple, who said that they want to bring their people back for 3 days a week. I think on the other side, employees have to make a determination as to whether or not this fits within their current lifestyle and what they want.
So, I mean, Lydia, you've been covering this ad nauseum, and you know it. I mean, David Salomon's not going to agree to this. I don't know if there is a conversation to be had.
Well, it depends on where you work. And yes, certainly Tuesday, September 6th is going to be Judgment Day, when a lot of people will be expected to be back into the office. We're hearing from CEOs and executives that there are sort of three groups of people they're willing to have a conversation with. Those are people who have either childcare needs or family obligations, and those people have a good excuse. People who are in industries like coding, even journalists to an extent, where you do better in a quiet environment. We're hearing from employers they're also willing to accommodate those people. And then people who were hired remotely, maybe moved out of state, have never been there in the first place, they certainly can buy a little bit more time coming back to the office. But the group of people they will not be sympathetic to are the sort of under 30 crowd who just don't want to get on the subway. And it's interesting because right now employees have had a lot of power in this discussion, but as the labor market maybe eases up, as the economy contracts, I think that locus of power is going to be shifting. And in the 1980s, after a crash, there was a phrase on Wall Street that they can't take your desk away from you if you're sitting at it. So I think people are going to be aware of that. And it's much easier to take that desk away from you if you're sitting in another city or even another state.
Hey, Jason, have I misunderstood? I thought it was the young crowd that actually wants to be in the office more than anybody else. Am I wrong?
Well, I think it's a mixture. On one aspect, you have the young crowd, and she said it perfectly, the under 30 crowd that is used to doing things remotely. They're used to really living their life through this virtual space. But I think on the other side, what we're starting to see, and I hear this from employees, I talk to thousands of employees per year, especially millennials and Gen Zers who are saying, we actually want to come into the office because we want an opportunity to show our employer what we can do. Because working remotely, while it has its perks, especially for people who are hired during COVID, they have not had the opportunity to actually physically meet their managers. They've not had the opportunity to physically meet their coworkers. So in reality, they're sitting out there in this virtual space wondering, when is somebody going to tag me in so I can actually play for the team?
Hey, Lydia, so how do you think these conversations go? And by the way, do you think there's going to be, I mean, look, I've always thought there's a proximity to power issue, which is that for people who want to move up the ladder, they got to be in the office. They got to be seen all the time. It's almost, it seems like it would be hard for that not to be the case. Do you think that, but historically, pre-pandemic at least, there was sort of a two-tiered system. There were people who decided to opt out. They weren't going to be in the office, but it was sort of like you were opting out of career advancement for some people. Do you think that's totally shifting here or not?
I think showing up is always sort of the best way to get on someone's radar and to bring visibility to yourself. Andrew, one thing I wanted to share and touch on is we're hearing from a lot of CEOs that for them, it's become a real bragging rights issue to say they want people back in the office. They want to be able to tell investors and to be able to brag to their peers that they have 90, 100% of their workforce back in the office. And so that's kind of a hot topic among the Jamie Dimons and the David Solomons. They want to be able to share that. And we're hearing from some CEOs that they actually are trying to get creative with how they're sort of framing those numbers, and they're actually moving some people to basically part-time roles because those people don't want to come into the office. So I think in some situations, you may actually have to show up if you want to maintain your benefits and be a full-time employee. Right. I think coming into the office is seen as now sort of a shorthand for productivity.